Super Mario Odyssey, one of the best things ever made, has grass, one of the worst. What if you could have one without the other? That's what I wanted to find out after watching this beautiful goose of a man sacrifice himself for his viewers' delight. However, to make this pilgrimage possible, I had to add one rule. Forced grass touching doesn't count. Right off the bat, an evil cutscene forces us onto the vile substance known as grass. To give ourselves a fighting chance, forced grass touching is invalid. You have to be the one touching grass, and not be forced to. Our grassless Odyssey starts in Cap Kingdom, and as established by George, this is not grass. But it's eerily similar, so I still avoid it. And soon, we zip towards our first real challenge, where we quickly jump onto this pole, then towards this rock, before reaching this chain jump. And yes, touching grass while possessing something is not allowed. Luckily, we barely stay in the safe zone, and right after, deposit our first moon. We then make our way towards the boss, collecting our next moon inside the 2D section, before hitting an impasse. Did we fail already? This soon, after arriving in this green hell? There is a way to skip this section by using the dinosaur. Unfortunately, the dino sleeps on grass, and we just can't move him. But there's another solution. A skip, performed by the great and speedrunners alike. I'm neither, but I still had to try. And try I did. For 3 hours straight. And I was so close. So many times. And then I fell again. But recovered. And was up. This sight never felt quite so beautiful. Anyways, we have a game to beat. And reach the boss without trouble. The fight's not hard. But we need to stay close to Madame Brood. So she backs off. Allowing us to use her chain chomp without touching grass. Our next destination? Sand Kingdom. And yes, no grass. What did you expect? Well, there's some, but it's not a threat. And we quickly move on to our next stop, Lake Kingdom. There is more grass, but still not a challenging amount.
Where did he go?
And after a while, we are ready to move on. Wooded is up. And this time, things aren't quite so easy. We spawn on a convenient non-grass path and answer the things on our conveniently placed stone, before continuing our ascent. And no, these leaves are not grass. We then weed whack a piranha and arrive at another wall, a flower path. But flowers aren't grass, right? Fine, they count as grass. We just had to do another speedrun thread. And to my surprise, this one didn't take as long, so I obviously had to throw. But we got it again. And this time, I actually made it into the tower. To climb it without the flower path, we need to perform some more skips. But these aren't difficult. And after a few tries, we reach the peak, continuing towards the fight. The arena has dirt in the middle, so we stay there and collect our free win. The rest of the remaining moons can be collected without much trouble. Well, there are some. These tanks, these grass-loving husks of metal, they just weren't cooperating. But they are not mandatory, so we finish up not much later. Cloud Kingdom is Cloud Kingdom, and we got lost. This green goose stuff can hardly be considered grass, but I count it as such anyway. It adds a side challenge that we beat, reaching Metro. At this point in the run, I felt pretty good about our chances. Or the problematic kingdom speed, or that was my assumption. I was wrong. Very wrong. We arrive at the boss, and as realization slowly dance, horror fills me. The grass tanks are back, and this time, they are mandatory. The boss simply can't be beaten without them, and we can't use them, because they are on grass, and they also respawn there. They got us good, getting revenge for being neglected and sealing our fate.
Do you wish for power to overcome destiny, and are you willing to pay any price to achieve your goals? If so, take up your controller and don't stop until I whip so.
8 hours later.
Was it worth it? I'm not sure. You probably need clarification as to what's going on. Let me explain. We entered a painting to reach Metro early, and then do the trick to throw Cappy very far, in our case, towards the checkpoint. This allows us to skip the boss fight entirely, and I'm really grateful for CJ's guide that made this possible. But man, those 8 hours were almost as bad as touching grass. And if I didn't skim through the CRC Discord, I probably would still sit here. What did I discover that allowed me to break through? If you're ever doing the CRC and Cappy just doesn't get far enough, add a few extra ground pounds. Collecting the moons, once we're there, is easy, and we quickly exit Metro through another painting, to arrive at Lake once more. There, we use the Odyssey to get lost, and then reach Metro once more. We then ignore all pleas for help and simply leave again. Snow Kingdom is a pushover, and so is Seaside, albeit a bit more challenging. Luncheon is also a freebie. Ruined does have a bit of dead grass, but not enough to matter. And we quickly come knocking at Bowser's door. Things go smoothly. Until... No, please, no more, thanks.
Mamma mia!
We don't need to do another stupid trick. Instead, we time our cap throw to safely land on this stone and move on. Things progress quickly. We beat up some bosses, well, some beat us, but we race quicker and quicker towards our goal. And then we arrive at the final stretch, and after a few more swings of Bowser's Straws, we successfully finish our run. Thanks for watching.